नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for morning Srimad Bhagavatam class at Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir, ISKCON Vrindavan. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 20, the rainy season and autumn season. So there are 6 seasons in a year. Each season is 2 months. So rainy season, Varsha Ritu. And this portion of Bhagavatam, even before ISKCON was established, Srila Prabhupada has written commentary on this portion. And he was planning to go to the Western world with this culture of Bhagavatam. So there is a culture of Bhagavatam here. So each season has a different food, different dress, different festival, different pastime of Supreme Lord. Everything is, each season is, I mean, people don't know how many seasons in the world actually. They know only the winter, summer, rain, that's all. So this 4 months, it means there's a description of 4 months. 2 months of rainy season and 2 months of the autumn season. So now we are in the section of rainy season. And we are reading today the verse number 11 and 12. So let us recite this verse. Harita haribhi shashpair Indra gopaischa lohita Ochelendraha krita chaya Nirdam Shri Eva Bho Abho Harita Haribhi Shashpaye Indra Gopaisya Lohita Uchilendraha Krita Chaya Nirdam Shri Eva Bho Abho Harita haribhi shashpaye Indra gopaisya lohita Uchilendraha krita chaya Nirnam Shri Eva Bhor Abhor Haritaha greenish haribhihi, which is green. Shashpahi, because of newly grown grass. Indragopai, because of the indragop insects. Cha, and lohita, reddish. Uchilendra, by the mushroom. Kirta, afforded. Chaya, shelter. Nirnam, of the men. Shrihi, the opulence. Eva, just like as. Bhuhu, the earth. Abhut, became. Translation and purport by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. The newly grown grass made the earth emerald green. The indragop insect added a reddish hue, and white mushroom added further color and circle of shades. Thus the earth appeared like a person who has suddenly become rich. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami comments that the word Nirnam indicate man of the royal order. Thus the colorful display of the dark green field decorated with the bright red insect and white mushroom umbrellas can be compared to a royal parade displaying the military strength of a king. So this is the first verse. We are reading next verse also. kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ karṣakāṇām mudaṁ daduḥ māninām anutāpaṁ vai daiva-adhīnam ajānatām kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ karṣakāṇām mudam daduḥ māninām anutāpaṁ vai daiva-adhīnam ajānatām. Kṣetrāṇi, the fields. śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ, with their great wealth of grains. karṣakāṇām, or to the farmers. mudam, joy. daduḥ, gave. māninām, to the others who are falsely proud. anutāpaṁ, remorse. vai, indeed. daiva-adhīnam, control of the destiny. ajānatām, not understanding. Translation. With their wealth of grain, the field gave joy to the farmers, but those fields created remorse in the heart of those who were too proud to engage in farming and who failed to understand how everything is under the control of the Supreme. Purport. It is common for the people living in large cities to become miserable and disgusted when there is ample rainfall. They do not understand or have forgotten that the rain is nourishing the crops they will eat. Although they certainly enjoy eating, they do not appreciate that with the rain, the Supreme Lord is feeding not only human beings but also plants, animals, and earth itself. Modern sophisticated people often look down their nose at those engaged in agricultural work. In fact, in American slang, a simple, unintelligent person is sometimes called a farmer. There are also government agencies that restrict agricultural production because certain capitalists fear the effect on the market prices. Because of various artificial and manipulative practices in modern governments, we find widespread food shortage throughout the world, even in the United States, among the poverty stricken. And at the same time, we find the government paying farmer not to plant crops. Sometimes these government throw huge amount of food into the ocean. Thus the administration of the arrogant and ignorant, those who are too proud to obey the law of God, are too ignorant to recognize them, will always cause frustration among the people. Whereas God-conscious government will provide abundant happiness to all. So, the verse 11, the first three lines are describing the beauty of Vrindavan in rainy season. And the fourth line is giving analogy and comparing that with something that people can relate to. Because most of the people are not aware of the beauty of the Vrindavan. Vrindavana ramya sthana divya chinta māninām ratana mandira manohar. They don't know this. So beautiful. Vrindavan ramya sthana is a playground of Sri Krishna. Generally it is said, when Krishna wants to sleep, he goes to Sri Rangam and sleep peacefully. When he wants to eat, he goes to Jagannath Puri and eat chapan bhog. And when he wants to earn money, he goes to Tirupati. And when he wants to play, he comes to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan Ramya Sthan, it's for his play. All other business somewhere else. So they don't know really the beauty of Vrindavan. So the first line says, Harita Haribhi Sashpai. It's the beauty of actually poetic language. Harita Haribhi. I think after maybe in the next month, Shraman, there is one special third day of the month called Haryali. Haryali Tej. It's called Haryali. Hari means green. So the word Hari, also Hari means also God. Hari also means lion. But here Haribhi, Harita Haribhi. Harita Haribhi means by the grass, earth has become green. By the green grass, earth has become green. Whereas grass, Sashpai is grass. Shashpai means grass. So Haribhi means with green grass. What happened? Bhu, the earth become green. So there is one color of the earth, green, with the green grass. And then on the grass, Indragopai cha lohita. This Indragop most often we hear in a Brahma Santa. Indragop, from Brahma to Indragop. So Indragop, this is also something, a very confusing word for the city people, because they don't know what is Indragop. It's just I would say 1 centimeter, less than 1 centimeter small insect with a red color. And it only appears in rainy season. In our local language we call Mehka Mama, means the uncle of the birth. Uncle of the rainy season. A small red, and there are many, not one. It's like with green and red, different shades of the earth. On the green grass, this red, how many have seen this small red bug? Indragop. Yeah, at least living in Vrindavan is fortunate to at least have relished this beauty of the Vrindavan. Indragop is lohita. Lohita means, actually, the blood is called lohe. Lohita means red. The word red. So, the one shade of the earth is green by grass, the other shade of the earth is red by the Indragop insect. And they are moving. Grass is not moving, and they are moving. And then on the top of that third non-moving is Uchaish Indra Krita Chaya. अब these are mushroom. Uchit Indra. Uchita Indra. Actually Indra means one who is showering rain. And Uchita means one who protect you from that rain. So it is like an umbrella. So these mushrooms are small umbrellas. And this is compared, when Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, it is compared that as if he has lifted the mushroom. So mushroom is a white on the top which acts as the umbrella, and this gives shade to the grass and these insects. So there are three colors now: green, red and white. And now it is compared to Nirnam Shri Eva. Nirnam, generally Nirnam means any human being. But here Sridhar Swami says royal order, which means king. And Shri means his opulence. The opulence of the king is treasury and army. So here it is compared to the army of a king in a different uniforms: green uniform, red uniform, white uniform. So different uniform, army is going as a parade. Shri be Bhu Abhut. Bhu means on the mother earth. Abhut means it looks as if there is a great army of a royal king is marching everywhere. In Ramayana, when for searching of Sita, the instruction is given to the different groups of the Vanars to go in different direction by Sugriv, then it says when all these Vanaras, they came there, it was like hundreds and thousands of, say, different ocean of the colors as the army, different, some brown, some black, some say yellowish, different color. So everywhere you can see only the army of Lord Ramchandra. And this army of Lord Ramchandra is a zero budget army. There is no penny spent on this army, no uniform needed, no food needed, no arm and ammunition needed. These Vanaras, they have no uniform, they eat food directly from the trees, and they take the stone and trees and they fight with that. So the zero budget army Ramchandra has to fight with Ravan. So the much more expenses on the budget of modern days on a defense is useless as compared to the Lord Sri Ramchandra's army. So this is compared to the beauty. I mean, this is Sukdev Goswami is seeing that this beauty of the Vrindavan is like a royal procession going on. A royal procession going on. So comparison is with this. Similarly, the same comparison can be made. I think Acharya has not given, I read all commentaries, but not much. The same beauties of the, Brajamasi moving in the fields with different dresses and working in the field in a rainy season, they also look like similar scene. So, in Vrindavan there is no royal army. There is no need of royal army. There was no army for Nanda Baba actually. These Gopas were there protecting themselves. Therefore Krishna told to Nanda Baba that since the Kansa is killed, so Jarasandha will attack Mathura and we have no arrangement in Vrindavan. So I have to stay in Mathura for some time. So Mathura has the army, but Vrindavan don't have an army. So this analogy of the army is all right for the people living in a city to know what is the parade of the army. But basically in a Vrindavan, it is only the Gopas and Gopis in different colors with their turbans, Gopa and saris and chunris Gopi. That will be the beauty of the Vrindavan in rainy season. And well, this is the beauty. And the next verse describe kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ. Now kṣetrāṇi, Acharya has taken this word kṣetrāṇi both ways. Kṣetrāṇi means the fields which provides grains, and kṣetrāṇi also means body. Because in Bhagavad-Gita we say this body is also kshetra or a field. So body is field for the karma. We sow the seed of karma in this body. So kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ. Sampadi means wealth and śaṣya means grain. So grains are obtained from the field. When? In rainy season. Srila Prabhupada was asked once in a Western countries, Bhagavad-Gita is very old, 5,000 years. What is its application in modern age? So Srila Prabhupada quoted the verse from Bhagavad-Gita, Anad bhavati bhutani prajanyad ansambhava. He said all the people are sustaining on the food grains and food grains are produced by rains. And then Srila Prabhupada said, is not it applicable now? Not it's still people eating food grains and food grains are not produced by rain? Yes, it means the teaching of Bhakti Bhagavad-Gita are applicable even today in a modern world. So Srila Prabhupada quoted this verse. So the grains are produced from the earth, Mother Earth, and often I says the return given by the earth in 3 months for 1 grain, almost over 1,000 grains. Nobody give you this much return in business anywhere. Mother Earth is giving for 1 grain in 3 months over 10,000 our grains. How much return Mother Earth is giving? This is, and ultimately the last line says, daiva-adhīnam. All this is under the daiva-adhīnam. Adhīnam means under control. Adhīnam word means adhyaksh. Adhyaksh means president. So it is under the superintendence of the daiva, which means destiny, which actually ultimately means Supreme Lord. And this also applies, rains, Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, Varshami nigrahami cha. If I desire, I can shower the rains, and if I don't desire, I may stop showering rain. So Srila Prabhupada further explained on this topic that once Srila Prabhupada asked this, there is going to be scarcity of water on this planet. In one sense, we have polluted even the tables of the water and the rivers all over the world to the extent that we are not able to drink the natural water. Most of the people are just drinking bottled water. Maybe 20 years back it was never conceived that we will drink bottled water, right? And natural, just from the tap water, well water, river water. Going to the Haridwar and not drinking Ganga water is a real foolishness, right? People go to the Haridwar, the way to the Haridwar, and they are not drinking Ganga water. They are drinking. Somebody said, I am going to Vrindavan. All right, you are going to Vrindavan. What you'll do? I am going by car, okay, then what you'll do? I will land on the marble, then what you'll do? I will drink Bisleri water. So are you in Vrindavan? Is this Vrindavan? Are you going to the Brijaraja? Are you, is Jamuna water so? Avarti kalendi nire Rajahansa keli kore. Where is this? Where this Vrindavan, which Narottam Das Thakur is meditating, Avarta Kalindi Nire Raja Hansa Kweli Kore. So beautiful Jamuna water. Even today, Sri Nathji in Nath Dwara is having his daily bath by Yamuna water. Every night Yamuna water is collected from this river, and overnight by transport it reaches to Nathdwara, and Sri Nathji is every day taking his bath with Yamuna water. And there are sadhus here in Vrindavan, every day they take bath in Jamuna. Even if it is rainy season or whatever. and somehow we have polluted really rivers and under table water so much that we are not able to taste what Krishna says, rasoaham apasukonte. He never says, rasoaham bottled water. Rasoaham distillery water, no. Rasoaham apaso, which is coming naturally from the rivers and ponds. In my life, on a rainy season, we used to take water from the water reservoir, public, and drink that water. And even we're just going and drinking like that directly from the water reservoirs, and never become sick. And well water was 60 years back, the gym for the men was fetching water from the well. This was the best gym. At least for the home, you need at least couple bucket of water every day, and you have to fetch water from the well or with the pump. This was the best gym 60 years back for the male, and grinding the grains and churning the yogurt was the best gym for the Mataji 60 years back. This was just natural. Those who are living in village, they don't need all these waste of money going to the gym. Their work every day. Morning walk was every day, just going to the field to answer the call of nature, at least 2 kilometers every day. In the morning, we used to go and come back. So it was just a natural village life. Every day, Sanatana Goswami was having a parikrama of Govardhan. It's just this is part of their life. Here also, some of the devotees every day doing Vrindavan parikrama. It's just natural. What we are doing here, otherwise, if we are not really relishing the beauty of Vrindavan. So Srila Prabhupada, when asked about the scarcity of water, he said, who said there will be going to be scarcity of water? 3/4 of the planet Earth is surrounded by ocean. And Krishna has put a preservative in that water, and it is not going to exhaust at any time. Now it is your part. If you perform your responsibility of a yajna, then this water will be ever protected, and there will be cloud and rain in the right time, and there will be no scarcity of water. So from the side of Krishna, there is ample supply of water available on the planet. Now it is ball is in your court. If you perform Sankirtan Yajna, then timely rains will come, and there will be no scarcity of water. I think when Srila Prabhupada was in Hyderabad, it was drought there, no rains. And really, farmers were miserable like anything. And the devotees were going every day for Harinam. Prabhupada was a couple of days there. And I think like weeks, not days. Because the one farm was given and the one land was given for construction of temple. So Prabhupada spent a quality time in Hyderabad. So when the devotees were going for Sankirtan, and then the rainfall, and it was all rain coming, and Prabhupada said, see, this is natural. If you perform Sankirtan Yajna, and then naturally there will be rainfall. So it's just so simple. I think we lived in a desert. In childhood, almost 30 years in a desert, where usually Rajasthan, where there is no rain. So within rainy season there is no rain. We used to have Harinam Sankirtan 24 hours at least for 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. So 10 people, 2 hours doing Kirtan, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kirtan, at least for 3, 4, 5 days. And by the time it is 3, 4 days rain usually used to, there used to be rain. So this is the experience we were having right on this planet 40 years back, 50 years back. So Srila Prabhupada said, if you perform your duty of performing yajna, then Krishna will provide rain on a right time. So, Srila Prabhupada, there's never going to be scarcity of water, no. It is your foolishness that you are not able to get the water at right time. Right time, right, say, quantity, and you utilize it. Sometimes rain is falling, Prabhupada's disciple writing, rain is falling. The city people are upset why there is so much rain. Because they never have a drainage system, proper drainage system for rainy water. So there is a waterlogging, and I remember one good joke. When there was, I think maybe 10 years back, there was a heavy rainfall in Bombay. The cloud came 1 kilometer like down from a usual. So it was like cloud bursting, like the one which burst in Kedarnath. So when the clouds come little down, then average, then they burst. Because can you imagine how much weight is in a cloud full of water? 10,000 elephants weight. So they say like that. And it's just floating in the air without any support. Can you see? How is it possible? So if it comes little down, then there is a different effect of gravity, whatever, and then it pours water like anything. So it was a great flood in Bombay. So one middle-aged woman was asked by a newspaper reporter, what was the devastating effect of the rain on you? And what she said is a joke. She said, I was in the office and I was coming back to the home. The rain was so heavy that all my makeup was washed away, and my son was asking, Auntie, where is mother? So this is the problem of the city people with the rain. If there's a rain, the city people's all beauty is a liquid beauty, is just finished. So this is what the city people are not very much receptive of the rains. They don't need rain. And then they don't need rain, but they want to eat some grain. So how there will be grain without rain? Once I was in Bahrain recently, and first time I went there, and then I asked somebody, he's coming here, our friend, Satyahari Das. He said, my grandson was here. Somebody asked, what is special about Bahrain? Because Bahrain, the last spell is R-A-I-N, rain. He said, in Bahrain, there is no train, no rain, no brain. So I said, this is only the best thing here. No train, no rain, and no brain. And therefore we are here. I mean, therefore the whole, say, business and accounting is conducted by the people from India. So it says, kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ. Kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ. From the fields comes ample amount of the grains, which is sampadi. Well, this is another common saying which I used to say. You go to any small village in Birj, they have 1 year worth of grains in their house. 1 year, the wheat, rice or dal or whatever, for 1 year they have a storage in their house, full year. You go to the Delhi and Bombay, people who have maybe 5 cars outside, but there is not 5 kgs of rice in their home. So they cannot store this. They are, if the 10 guests come, then the servant will go from the back door to buy something and bring. This is what the cities have. Bad situation. And a curfew, once there was a curfew in Karachi, and we were stuck in a home, and the stock was for 5 days. And then there is nothing to eat. Money is there, but what you will eat? You cannot go out and buy anything. Like there's a corona, in a corona time, if those who have those who have a grain in the home and the grinding machine at least, hand grinding, then they are not depend on anybody. Just you have your grains and have your dal roti and be happy. But it's a problem. Depending on simply out. So this is sampadbhiḥ. Sampadi means actually, sampad means wealth. The wealth of the people is grain, because we live by grain, not by money. This is sampad. This is actually sampad. Milk is a sampadi, is a ratan. Well, there must be description somewhere. In rainy season, the cows with a full milk bag will come. And particularly they eat green grass, and then there's a yellowish ghee of the cows. Only in the rainy season you have yellow ghee. And actually there's a gold. There's a traces of the gold even in the milk and the urine of a cow. People don't know this, but the cow is the only animal which has traces of the gold. So why I am saying cow? Somebody, the saintly person has a big gaushala, beautiful, with a natural Indian bred cows. And he was asked by some news reporter, which milk is better? He says, buffalo milk. He says, you are maintaining a huge gaushala and you are saying buffalo milk is better? He says, you asked me which milk is better. Milk of buffalo is better. Say, what about cows? Say, cow is giving nectar, it's not milk. Cow is nectar, it is not milk. It's not milk, it's a nectar. Amrit. Cow is a nectar, amrit. So this is actually sampadi. People in olden days for marriage, for the girl, if they want to go to the house of a boy, they used to count how many poles for cows are in their ground. If they have 10 poles of cows, it means it's a rich people. This we can give our daughter to them. It means this was the criteria 50 years back of our elders to find a person having enough cow and field, then they used to give their daughter to them. Now if they find cow even in home, they say, if they have a dog now, they said, okay, our daughter will be happy. let she go to the place where there's dog. There's no cow. Huh? So this was the standard. This is a natural wealth. And the next line says, karṣakāṇāṁ mudam daduḥ. Karṣakāṇāṁ is a new name, just you remember in your vocabulary. Karṣakāṇāṁ means those who are farming. Krishi, agriculture. Karṣakāṇāṁ, those who are doing agriculture. And the purport says the farmer is looked upon as illiterate. But farmer is the greatest scientist. He knows which season, which crop, how to cultivate. He knows the detail of a PhD in agriculture from the books will not know which an ordinary illiterate farmer in the village knows. So they are the great scientists in their own field. They have no respect in the society. I was a student. Those who were writing, my father is a farmer, they are proud. My father is I am son of a farmer. It means it is a pride. This was the time. I am son of farmer is a big pride. It means you have your field. It means you have your own grain. It means you are self-sufficient. In Mauritius, once I went to some businessman's home. Oh, he said, yes, there is one person I asked. He said, yeah, he is doing service here. And he was minister. I mean, he was at par with minister in revenue department. But he said, doing service here. It means service is not considered the best option. Uttam kheti, this was the natural slogan of 50 years back. Uttam kheti, uttam means best. Kheti means agriculture. Uttam kheti, बढ़ता हुआ व्यापार. If you are businessman, then you always expand. Neech nokri, the service is the lowest. Pinnan bekar, and going and begging is useless. So these are the 4 slogans of the people 50 years back. If you have your own agriculture, you are the best. If you are in a business, at least you are number 2. But if you are doing service, you are 3rd class. And if you are begging, then you are less than 4th class. Then I have a wonderful modern day education's foolishness. Those who come first division in a 12th standard, they select to be engineer or doctor. Is it right? Right? Those who come in second year, they go and do MBA. And they manage the first class doctors and engineer. They are the managers. So they control them. Those who come in 3rd class, they become businessmen. And they imply these 3, both. They imply these 2. And those who fail, they become politicians. And they control all 3. This is the modern educational scenario today. The first class students, they are controlled by 2nd class. Both are controlled by 3rd class. And all are controlled by 4th class. And then there is a last joke which is not applying to our devotees. He said, one who never goes to the school, he becomes Babaji and all comes to him. The point I was making, the agriculture was the highly respected profession. And there is a zero budget agriculture. Although you have your cows and you have your own field. Prabhupada said if you have 1 acre of land and 1 cow, one family can live peacefully and maintain their life. And Srila Prabhupada wanted each temple must have their own farm community and get their own food grains and milk and all products, vegetables to maintain their own deities and devotees. I mean, serve the deities and maintain devotees. We cannot maintain devotees. Deities are maintaining us. And the Maharaj used to say when I was president, my only one concern was how to keep deities nicely served. And the rest of the temple problem were taken by deities. I was only focused on deities, how to nicely dress them, how to offer them the best bhoga. And then they used to provide ample for the devotees, simply focus on the deities. So really they need karṣakāṇāṁ. Karṣakāṇāṁ means farmer. Karṣakāṇāṁ mudam daduḥ. They become jubilant, mudam. Why? Because they put the effort in agriculture and they got the enough return in the form of wealth, of food grain. Then next two lines says, māninām, anutāpaṁ. Māninām means those who are arrogant. Arrogant means there are two meanings here. Arrogant that we don't want to do agriculture. Oh, this farming is a low business. We don't need rain, we don't need farming, but we need grain. So anutāpaṁ, they suffer. Anutāpaṁ, because they have not endeavored, anu means because they have not endeavored, therefore they are suffering, tāpaṁ. The other meaning, the last line says, daiva-adhīnam, ajānatām. They don't know that everything is under the control of Supreme Lord. So similarly, this body is a kshetra. If it is not properly used in the service of Sri Krishna, those who engage their body in the service of Krishna, in devotional service, they are always jubilant, dancing and feasting and chanting. But those who are arrogant are the people, they are not interested in dancing. The educated people, I think this is a Kunti Maharani's period. Those who are opulent, rich, highly educated, with a good parentage, they never call the holy name with the feeling. Govinda, they never say like that. So these are māninām. If you dance, you chant, they stand little away and watch. They are not interested. So they are anutāpaṁ. Ultimately they will suffer because they have never utilized their body for the right purpose. So either you do the agriculture and then you get the sampati of grain and offer to the deities as a bhoga and get prasad and be happy, or use your body in service of Krishna and then you dance and chant and feast, then you are mudaṁ. Otherwise, anutāpam. If you are arrogant, that I will not do the agriculture work and I will. And then Srila Prabhupada's disciple has actually put a scenario, what they have seen in America, that they dump the grain in the ocean. Why? Because the prices will go down if there is overproduction. We want actually, like, we purchase, I went to get a pure cow ghee, 4 rupees 1 kilo. And 40 kg of grain in 5 rupees. So what I am saying is, otherwise earth will produce. Prabhupada used to say, I am traveling all over the world, lot of fields are vacant, people are not doing agriculture. Otherwise there is more than enough production of the grain to feed double or triple of the population on the planet. There is more than grains can be produced, but people are not producing it. And if they are producing, they said, government is paying to the farmers, don't have the crops this season. Why? Because the people want to keep the price high of the things. So this is actually what we can say is disrespect to the agriculture and the farmers. They want to keep them poor, though they are producing everything and actually maintaining the whole society. So, kṣetrāṇi śaṣya-sampadbhiḥ karṣakāṇāṁ mudam daduḥ. If we utilize our talents in service of Krishna, whatever we have, then we will be happy. And māninām anutāpam. And if we are arrogant and we will not really utilize our talents, whatever we have, in service of Krishna, then we will be always miserable and as a result suffer. Because ultimately daiva-adhīnam ajānatām. They don't know. Ultimately the results are given by deva. Karmane adhikaraste ma phaletu kadachan. You have the right to perform your work according to your talent. You have no right for the result. There are two more things. Never become the cause of your work and never be attached not to do that. So why you should not say that I need result? Why? Because results are not in your hand. They are under the superintendence of the deva. But they give more. If you perform your duties, then Krishna will provide enough. Not enough, ample. So, what actually we are reading in these pages of Bhagavatam is a rich culture of Vrindavan, which is actually home of Krishna. It is a home of Krishna. Once Prayagraj came and complained to Krishna, you made me the king of all the holy places, and I called them. Everybody came. Vrindavan never came. So Krishna was smiling. He said, I made you the king of the holy places, not of my home. Vrindavan is my home. So Vrindavan will not come on your command. It's my home, personal. So Vrindavan is a home of Krishna. It's the beauty of the Krishna's home village, Vrindavan is described. And only people who have a love with Krishna can relish this. The other people think what grass become green, and they don't know what is a red indragop, and what is mushroom is for us to eat. They have this only consciousness. They cannot relish it. This can only be relished, and only sometime, not always. When the right time comes, then these things really click to your consciousness. Not always. So, relish the beauty of Vrindavan in rainy season in these lines. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. This Vrindavan Ramyasthan, I mean, this bhajan when Vishnujan Swami used to sing, Prabhupada was very appreciative of that. He said, oh, he has come from Vaikuntha. This was the famous bhajan Maharaj used to sing. But this time, the board festival was going on locally in Bahrain, and somebody was singing this bhajan. It only clicked to me. And a day before, somebody asked how to control mind from Bhagavad-Gita. And the next day, this bhajan says, when my mind will always be absorbed in these pastime of Krishna. Narottam Das Thakur says, Spuriti moya mane. In my mind, when these pastime. So this only clicked, and almost for 10-20 days, these two lines are just in my whole consciousness. Vrindavan Ramyasthan, Divya Chintamani Dham. Then I spoke at least twice on this verse with a full class. This is so beauty. Only it attracts you when the right time comes. It's not always. So I think time is over. Any question or comment? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nidai Gaur Premanande.